Yesterday we were talking about a bank statement. We looked at it a little bit in depth. We talked about it for a moment. On that yellow bank statement on page 124 in chapter 5, again it shows the beginning balance of 0, which we said they must have just opened this checking account. At the top, 11 checks went through, total of 28.21, 14 deposits at 21.25, service charges of $8, statement balance at the end was 53.04. Oh, 81.25. Hello, I thought, wait a minute. So 53.04 is what they're saying we have in the bank, Techno Company has in the bank at the end of the month of August. August 30th, they ran this statement and mailed it. Okay? So this is a little report showing all the deposits, withdrawals, and bank balances sent to a depositor by a bank. So, in my checkbook then, I better have a balance of 53.04, right? Maybe. However, as I look at this bank statement, and we talked about this yesterday, check number 6 is not listed. So the bank does not know about check number 6. So I'd have to look in my checkbook and see how much check number 6 is worth and make some adjustments, right? I may or may not know about all the deposits made. I'd have to go back in my checkbook and look. So what we're going to do next is what's called a reconciliation. So what does that mean? Reconciliation. If we reconcile, so Alexis and some person are not getting along. If they reconcile, what does that mean?
They make up.
They make up. They agree.
Yeah.
Okay? And maybe they agree to disagree, which is what we'll do in our bank statement. Most likely our checkbook does not equal 53.04 because I continue to write checks that the bank doesn't know about. I might make a deposit that the bank doesn't know about. Okay? If I paid all of you the $1,000 yesterday and you thought, well, I'm just going to throw that in my pocket and I'll deposit it in the middle of January, it's not going to show up on my December statement. I wrote it in December, you didn't cash it. So what? No one cares. We just need to account for it. All right? So that's what we're going to do in our reconciliation of our bank statement. So if you would, let's take a look. And let's find our
No, she just sucks because the bench because she never goes to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then sat out after it because she had a headache. No, she does not have cancer.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, instead of going through me, why don't you just ask her yourself?
Let's move on. Doesn't matter.
My game isn't there.
Look. Join me. Book. Page 128. Book 128. Workbook 101. No, I lied. Thank you. I got us all too far. Page 95 in your workbook. So if you can read and kind of follow along, you should be A-okay doing a bank statement. As long as you read and think and fill in the blanks. Okay? I guess some terminology might help as well. So look with me on page 128 in your book. Army Green section, forms are given in your working papers. On July 29th of the current year, Deep Clean received a bank statement dated July 28th. The following information is obtained from the statement and from the records of the business. So, bank statement balance, $15.28. Service charge of $2. Outstanding deposit. What does outstanding mean?
They haven't cashed it.
The bank doesn't know about it yet, okay, because this is a deposit. So I made a deposit, the bank just doesn't know. Well, why wouldn't they know? They're right there. They should know. Well, they printed the statement before I went through the drive-through or whatever, okay? Outstanding checks, checks I've written that haven't been cashed or that the bank doesn't know about. Man, now I gotta give up my desk. This is my desk, Gunner.
I can leave it.
That's all right. Checkbook balance on check stub number 119 is 3606. Okay? Oh, no, wait, I lied. I jumped down. It's 1575, 106. Prepare a bank statement reconciliation. Use July 29th of the current year. Okay? That's kind of a big deal. Following the directions on when you're going to have your bank statement reconciliation. For you 1 point wonders, those are people who get 1 point wrong because we do something silly. And that really hasn't happened in here. That'll be yours. Okay? So use the date they give you in the instructions. Okay? So prepare a bank statement reconciliation. Use July 29th of the current year as the date. Then it says, oh, record the service charge. Well, we're not that far. So let's look. Again, if I look at my book and use the information, this side, ladies and gentlemen, is your checkbook side. Okay? So the balance in your checkbook on check stub number 106, because that's what it says in your book, is 1575. Okay? Then, service charge, $2. Where does this service charge come from? Did I write a check for that?
No.
No? The bank. The bank, when you signed up for your checking account, the bank said, oh, by the way, we'll be taking $2 out of your account every month. Thank you very much. Okay? So they just take it. And then they'll show you that on your bank statement. Okay? So you need to remember to record that, and we'll do that in a moment. So I'm writing service charge $2, and a $2 service charge really isn't the worst. So I'm going to subtract that. That's my balance minus the $2. Here's my adjusted check stub balance. That's mine. Okay? This is my checkbook stuff. Now, the other side is kind of the bank stuff. So balance on bank statement 1528. Look. The bank statement, 1528. My checkbook, 1575. They don't equal. Well, let's just go with what the bank says. No. Figure it out. Why are they different? Here are the reasons they're different. I made a deposit from my checkbook. That is not on the bank statement. Okay? So they were probably running the statement, right? Preparing the statement, and missed the cutoff date. It's okay. But I need to add this to the bank's balance because they don't know about it. It's not on the statement. So I add those two together, and here's my subtotal. Okay? So they thought I had 1528, but they didn't know about this deposit. So I add the two, there's my subtotal. Now, I wrote 2 checks that have not yet been cashed. So these people, whoever I wrote check number 103 and 105 to, haven't cashed them yet. Okay. The bank doesn't know about them. So I'll write down any check that the bank doesn't know about. How do I know this? Well, I go through the statement and I check off the checks in my checkbook register. Okay? Anything that doesn't have a check mark next to it is outstanding. Okay? We'll do that. We'll have experience with that. So I add those 2 checks up and I subtract it from my subtotal. So again, the bank thought I had this. They didn't know about this deposit, so I better add that into the bank. They didn't know about these checks, I better subtract it. Oh, looky, look. They're the same. Coincidence? I think not. They need to be the same, or something is wrong. Again, 999 chances out of 1,000, that would be your problem area because you added or subtracted wrong. Okay? This is called a bank reconciliation, reconciling. We made them equal. We made them agree somehow. This is how. We just kind of did some math. They're not equal because the bank doesn't know everything. Oh, and neither did I. didn't know about that service charge. Well, I knew, but I just haven't recorded it yet. Okay? Whose world is this rocking? Okay? As long as we can read, follow the instructions, we're okay. If we have to do it on our own, it might be interesting. We will do that. All right, instruction number 2. Record the service charge on check stub number 106. So, remember as we look at our checks and our check stubs, here was my balance. That's where I got it from in the real world, not a book. There's no book that says, gee, here's what your check is. Here's this other. I'm going to write a service charge of $2 and subtract it out of my check book. Okay? So I'm writing service charge on the line. I haven't written this check yet, and I'm not writing $2 up here because I'm not writing a check. The banks already helped themselves to it. You're welcome. So here's my subtotal. I'm just waiting then for me to use this next check. All right? The last instruction in this problem is record the service charge on General Journal, page 14. Use memorandum 44 as the source document. Gosh, golly gee shucks, every time I pay cash, I have to record it in my journal, right? I got to credit cash anytime. Well, wait, I didn't write a check. I didn't write a check. You're right, but I did spend money. I don't have to write a check to spend money. We all know that. It's called a debit card, right? So I'm going to credit cash $2. I'm going to debit something called miscellaneous expense. There's no such thing as an account called service charge. Okay? That's why we have that chart of accounts. So if you don't have a chart of accounts, I'll tell you right now, there's no account called service charge. Now, maybe if a company has loads and loads of service charges, they might make one. Okay? And we'll find that later with credit card fees. But right now, we're going to miscellaneous this $2 expense. It's an expense to my business having a checking account. Okay? If it puts us under, we better rethink why we're in business, the $2. All right? Questions about this little thing? Okie doke. On your own, if you will, please.